Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mel and today we are going to be talking about my December TBR. Holy crap, December snuck up quick. I cannot believe we are in the final month of 2023. Like, where did the months go? They just poof and they were gone. Sorry if you can hear the sniffing in the background. We have lots of dogs here, which actually works out to our favor, as you guys will later see. So really quickly, how did I do last month? I will be completely honest with you. I don't even remember what was on the docket for me to read last month. I know that there was at least one that I didn't read because that was Murder at Spindle Manor. I did not get to. I was actually saving those because I do want to read them kind of all in one go, and that will be in month of December's TBR as well. I know I said that I was going to take it easy in the month of November. I did not do that. I'm going to say that I'm going to take it easy as far as TBR goes in the month of December, but that's mostly because my reading plans I don't want to tell you guys about right now, and so don't want to tell you what all's on my TBR. But I do have some pretty big reading plans for the month of December. I am very, very excited about it. Okay, we're flipping back to how did I do last month. Emperor of Silence, I did not read. I did not read that. Emperor's Blades, didn't read that. Daughter of the Beast will get read. Dreams of Dying will also definitely get read, and then Murder at Spindle Manor we have already talked about, and I read Holy Sister. So like half, I managed to get to like half, and it's not because I wasn't reading, I just had to prioritize other things because different video projects came up, which you guys have already seen. But anyway, you aren't here to hear me talk about all of this. I don't really have, I think, any required reading for the month of December. I have a lot of required reading as far as video stuff is concerned, but I don't have a lot of required reading as far as book clubs are concerned. Most of my book clubs are on hiatus for the month of December, so that I can think of anyway. I may end up doing a Mel's edit in here at some point if I think of something, but as of right now, I don't think I have any like mandatory book club reads, other than I guess Morningstar. We did push Morningstar, which is my Patreon buddy club read, from the month of November to December because we were all just really busy and aren't really getting to it in the month of November. So I guess that is my mandatory read, but that's it. So let's, I guess, jump into the rolls. All right, TBR Bluff, roll number 1. We got 2 5s, a 6, a 3, and a 1, so I'll be keeping the 2 5s. Is that on the board? It is. 2 5s is isolated setting. I can't think of anything that I absolutely need to read in the month of December that's an isolated setting, so I think we're going to keep those 2 5s and roll again. Okay, so that time we got 2 5s and 2 3s. That is not on the board anywhere. We have 2 5s and 2 6s, 2 5s and 2 4s, but not 2 5s and 2 3s. So I guess let's just roll one more time. We've still got isolated setting in our back pocket if we absolutely need it. Okay, so 4 5s. That is absolutely perfect because that is a KU book. Okay, so for TBR Bluff roll number 1, we got KU pick. And for this one, I think I'm going to go with Cold West by Clayton Snyder. This is one of the SPFBO 9 finalists that I definitely need to read. It is quite short, so I did want to knock it out relatively quickly. I believe that this is a Western-inspired fantasy story. Honestly, the synopsis of this doesn't really tell me much, but basically it's a Western. We have a husband, dad, that has to do things to save his family, and there's some kind of bounty that he agrees to go get. That's literally all I know based on the synopsis. It did make it in as a finalist. I'm a little bit concerned about it because I am not really a Western kind of gal. That's just not typically my vibe, thing that I love, but I am willing to try it, so that is going to be my KU pick. All right, TBR Bluff, roll number 2. Oh, we love the 5s today. 2 more 5s and nothing else I can work with, so honestly, I think I'm just going to re-roll the whole hand. That time was not much better. We got 2 1s and a 3 and a 6 and a 2. So 2 1s is no longer on the board either. So I guess we're going to re-roll one more time and pray that we can find something. Okay, that was not great. All right, well, all we have to work with is Free Space, which is author I've never read if I don't want to have to bust out the Wheel of Doom. So we are going to be doing author that I've never read. Okay, and then we ended up with free space, which was kind of terrifying because we were very, very close to not being able to find something on the board. But we did manage to, I had not used my free space yet, so we were able to use that. And I'm gonna be re-adding Emperor's Blades by Brian Stavley to the TBR. This book I've been wanting to read so badly, but I haven't just had the opportunity to read it yet. But I've never read from Brian Stavley before, so this will definitely fulfill this prompt, and I swear I'm gonna get to it this month. But this is following an emperor's children after the emperor dies, and they are basically running for their lives, I believe. There is a god, there are rituals. A lot of my friends have absolutely loved this book, and so I am so very excited to read it. I've heard great things about this series, and I may end up wanting to binge the whole series after I'm done. I don't have time for that, but I'm probably going to want to. Super excited for this one. TBR Bluff, roll number 3. That time we got 2 3s, a 2, a 4, and a 6, so I'm definitely going to keep out the 2 3s. We could use 2 2s, we need 2 1s, another 3, or 4s. Oh, 2 3s is still here. Reverse page count. Actually, I think I'm going to go with that. That one's fun. Okay, and then for TBR Bluff, roll number 3, we got reverse page count. So reverse page count is basically where I take the book from the previous roll, look at the page count, flip it, and then try to find a book that is close to that as possible in page count. Hopefully within about 50 pages or so is kind of my goal, but occasionally it will be slightly off just depending on what I can find. So our last book was Emperor's Blades, and we have 492 pages in this one. Is it going to focus? There we go. 492 pages. So I need to find something that is 294 pages, right? Right. Something that's relatively close to 294 pages. So I did some scouring. I looked at some of the SPF B09 books. They were all around 250 pages, which is close, but I was able to find something that is a tad bit closer with 302 pages. So it's not in the 200s, but it's within like 20 pages, and that is A Slate of Shadows by Kat Howard. I hope that I can get to this. I will be honest, this is going to be one of those that will be a mood read. If I get to it, I would love to. This is the sequel to An Unkindness of Magicians, which I read like 5 years ago when it came out. We've been waiting on the sequel for forever, and I keep putting it off because I'm scared of it. This is following a group of sorcerers in New York City, and there are several different families, and each family competes in a deadly competition every 50 years to decide which of the families is going to be ruling over the entirety within New York City. And we have Sydney, who is a part of an unknown family that is determined to win. My main complaint with An Unkindness of Magicians was that it was a little too short, so I'm hoping that this fixes that problem, but I'm also not sure if a sequel actually needed to be written, so I'm scared from that perspective too. But I loved Unkindness of Magicians when I read it. Now granted, it was 5 years ago, but I did give it 5 stars when I did read it, so I am very hopeful, excited, and terrified of this book, but I need to read it. I need to read it. Okay, TBR Bluff, roll number 4. We are getting closer to being able to clear off this board. If I can get a sci-fi or random color generator, steal a book, video project, then we will be able to clear the board. So I guess let's just roll for number 4 and see what we get. Okay, so that time we got 2 1s, a 3, a 4, and a 5. Looking at what is on the board that can help me clear it, I need 2s, I need 5s, I need 6s and a 5, and 3s. So none of these are super helpful. Do I risk it, or do I just go with the 1s and pray that I can find something with a 1? I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it. Let's choose chaos. Okay, we got 3 2s that time. And 3 2s is perfect because it is video project, and it gets me 5 in a row, which means after this next roll, we will get to clear the board for the month of January. For roll number 4, we got 3 2s, which was a video project, and this is the roll that cleared the board. Oh my goodness, guys, I was sweating. I was literally sweating. I was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna have to pull out the wheel? And then how many times am I gonna have to pull out the wheel? Because I don't want to, but we got a video project. So for this one, I'm going to be doing Jasad Air by Sarah Hashim. This is one that I got from Illumicrate, I think, and just really like the edges. I think it's very pretty. I've wanted to read this for a while. I don't know a ton about it. When I read the first chapter of this, I was pretty intrigued, but not like as intrigued as I might have wanted to be, but still pretty intrigued. I'm not going to tell you what project this is for. You're just going to have to watch to find out, but this will be in a video upcoming, probably at the very beginning of the month if I can get it done in time. So Jasad Heir is about a kingdom where magic is no longer allowed. If you have magic, I think you're either imprisoned or have to work for the crown. And we're following Sylvia, who is an orphan but is actually one of the royal family, the last one left. So she is the lost heir of Jasad. In a moment of anger, she does something that she never thought that she would do, reveals her magic, and gets Aaron, who is the Nazal heir's attention. And now, in order to save her life, she makes a deal with him and ends up going to their kingdom. I've heard really good things about this book. I'm very excited to give it a try. Again, I'm not telling you what video project it is for, but I'm very excited about it. Okay, TBR Bluff, roll number 5. I don't get to clear the board until we are done with this current month, so it will affect January's month. So I still have the risk of not being able to find anything on the board, but let's do our last roll and see what we end up with. Okay, that time we got 2 4s, a 2, a 6, and a 1. 2 4s I don't think is on the board anymore. No, but we have a couple of options to go along with 2 4s. So I think I'm going to keep those and re-roll these 3. That was not helpful. I'm scared. Okay, one more time. Okay, so we got 2 4s and 2 2s. Is that still on the board? It is! And it's Pet Pick! That's fun. Okay. Okay, and then for our last roll, TBR Bluff, roll number 5. This was also touch and go, but we got 2 4s and 2 2s, which was a pet pick. So I will insert a clip of which of the pets is going to be choosing my book and what they picked here. Okay, so I'm going to film this portion on my phone really quickly because the camera is already set up and ready to go, but we need to get the pets to pick my next book. I have 3 of them here because it's David's day to be here. So we have Bandit, we have Ollie, and we have Willie. We're going to see which one of them makes it through the door first because they're going to be very excited. Really quickly, let me show you the 4 books that they have to choose from. Okay, so they have a couple to choose from. They have Hurricane Wars by Thea Guzan. This is a fantasy romance. They have Green Rider by Kristen Britton, which is an epic fantasy. Master of the Void by Wind Raven. This is the SPFBO 9 book that I need to read. And then Strange Sally Diamond by Liz Nugget, which is a book that Lexi highly recommended that I've just been really wanting to get to. I guess let's open the door, and I'm going to spread these out just a little bit so that maybe they won't go directly for one. And let's see which one comes in. All right, which monster's coming in first? Ready, set, go. Pick a book. Pick a book. Hey! So he has gone with Green Rider by Kristen Britton. Okay, so Ollie ended up being the first into the room. He is speedy when it comes to getting through closed doors. He does not like closed doors and he really likes treats. But he ended up picking Green Rider by Kristen Britton. This works out really well because Broken Binding is going to be doing a special edition of this series, and I haven't fully decided if I want it yet. I love the floppy paperbacks and the tall like paperbacks that we have in the US, but I also love the covers of the UK covers, and they're going to be doing hardcovers that are like neon of the UK covers. So I'm like, if I like this, do I want it? I don't know. That's not what you guys are here to know about, but that's one of the reasons that I'm going to be reading this book. This is also for a video project, one that I kind of wanted to do one last time to round out the year, but Green Rider is a classic that I've heard really good things about. So this is following a young girl who is on her way home from school when she hears hoofs behind her and sees a man slumped over a horse with 2 arrows impaling him. And he tells her that he is a Green Rider, which is a legendary messenger of the king. And he begs her to carry him on so that he can deliver his message, but in his last breath he whispers, "Beware the Shadow Man." And this changes her life forever as she is now pursued by assassins and has to deliver this message and all of these things. So heard really good things about this story. It is very classic. It sounds kind of coming of age adventure, which scares me because you guys know that that is not my usual thing. However, I really want to give this a try because I've heard so many good things about it. So I'm finally going to be reading this, I think. Can't wait. Okay guys, so that is the end of my TBR for this month. Relatively short because I just have a lot that I need to read in the month of December that I just don't want to reveal yet. I want you guys to be surprised. I want you to be as excited as I am. So I just don't want to tell you about it yet. But TBR Bluff was nice-ish to me. Nice-ish only because I had not used that free space yet. If we hadn't used that free space, it would have been a disaster because the free space I think was also in the row. Yeah, the free space was also in the row of video project, which is what cleared the board. So we got real lucky on this particular round of TBR Bluff. So anyway, the board is clear for the next time that we play. Thank goodness I don't have to be as stressed about it. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Here is my TBR for the month of December plus Cold West. So add Cold West, which is not super long on top of this, and I think you've got a pretty solid TBR. I'm excited for all of these books and all of the books that aren't on here that are actually on my TBR. If I showed you what was actually on my TBR, it would be more like, I don't know, here-ish in the stack. Yeah, keep an eye out on the channel for all of the things this month. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments what is on your TBR for the month of December. Are you taking it easy? Are you reading seasonal reads? Because as you noticed, I don't really have any seasonal reads on here. And if you just want to let me know that you were here and hanging out, leave me a dog emoji for the honorary pet pic. As always, links to my Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads are down in the description box below. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, it really helps my channel grow, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!